Hey, what's up folks, PK here. So today I'm going to be talking about how I set up my GoPro to take better videos. I'm going to talk about how I mount it, what mount I use, and memory card I use, and maintenance. I know a lot of you are starting a YouTube channel, which is great. It's a great way to make money. And you asked me about how I set up my GoPro, what battery to use, what mount to use. Okay, so let's get to it. So first we're going to talk about the GoPro that I use. Okay, so here is my two GoPro that I use. This is my old one. This is my Hero 3 Plus Black Edition. And then my new Hero 5 Black Edition. I now use the Hero 5 Black. I use it because you don't need a case. It comes out of the box waterproof. It's waterproof down to about, I think, around 30 feet. The sound quality on the Hero 5 is pretty amazing. It's much better than the old Hero 3 Plus that I had. I was quite surprised by, just a little sound that I pick up from far away with the GoPro Hero 5. Another reason why I use the Hero 5 Black is because it will take 128 gigabyte memory cards as opposed to the Hero 3 Plus Black, which only accepts up to 64 gigabyte. So the Hero 5 doubles the memory of the Hero 3 Plus. So let me turn this around a little bit so you can get a better view of it. This is the top of the camera, and this is the side of the camera. That is the on button, and that is the record button. And the back side is the LCD screen, which is a touch screen, okay? And on the bottom you have the latch for the battery. And the bottom you have the door that swings open where the battery compartment goes, and also the memory card right there. The Hero 5 Black does take 4K videos, but I don't shoot 4K because 4K has very large files and it takes a very long time to render. And I prefer 1080p because I can store up to 8 hours of video on this 128 gigabyte memory card. I feel that 4K isn't necessary right now. Just looking at my videos, I think 1080p is pretty good quality already, so I don't really need to really upgrade at all. They both shoot 1080p. And my Hero 3 Plus, I don't use it anymore. It's just sitting there on my shelf catching dust because I use mainly my Hero 5 Black for the reason I just mentioned. With my GoPro Hero 5, what I do is I just rinse it off in a sink like that. And you never ever want to use hot water or warm water. Make sure the water is cold. If you use warm water or hot water, it will cause condensation. Okay, just give a good rinse just like that. And when you're rinsing this out, do not open the caps. Okay, leave those doors closed. And for the mount, same thing, like that. Okay, and afterward, just put it on a piece of paper towel and just kind of like blot out all the water. Just kind of wipe it down. And when you're done, set it down on paper towel and just let it air dry. Okay, so one other mount setup I use is this little mini tripod. This is a Manfrotto. It's a very cool little tripod. It's very useful. Now, this is for like setting on a tabletop. Let's say sometime when I do a cooking video, I just set this on my kitchen countertop. Okay guys, let me show you how I store my GoPro battery and my memory cards for my GoPro, okay? So I have this watertight box. It's a Plano box I got off Walmart for about $5, okay? Pretty compact. All my GoPro batteries go in here, plus the memory cards. There it is right there. I have 2, 4, and 6 batteries as my backup. And my memory cards are in here. And I have my screw right here as well, my wrench, and then a spare screw, and my other GoPro. That's my backup GoPro. And I have the memory cards also taped right here. Sometime I leave this home I leave my extra memory cards at home, and I just have 2 here as my spare. Now, most of the time, I just leave this at home because the spare is all I need. And besides, I have never ever run out of memory cards yet, because I have, as I said, I have about 8 hours of recording time on a 128 gigabyte. So I don't need all these memory cards anymore. But anyway, sometime I bring it just in case. And this pouch, this box is pretty convenient. It's pretty small. I just close it up and just toss it in my tackle box or my backpack when I go. Okay, so that's how I store my batteries for my GoPro. The legs come out like that. Okay, so it's a little mini tripod that's very, very cool, and it's going to help minimize vibration for your video. The mount at the top here, the thumb screw comes off, and you can mount your GoPro right on like that. Okay, so there it is. This is a Manfrotto mini tripod. I also got this off Amazon. I can't remember the price. I think it was around $24. Don't quote me on that. So if you want like a small compact tripod for your GoPro and you want to take a low angle video, this is definitely a very good one. Okay, there's many other options you can use on Amazon. I just got this one because it just looks cool, and it's you know, Manfrotto is a very good brand, so they're trustworthy. Okay, so let's talk about which case I use for my GoPro. Let's start with the Hero 3 Plus Black, and I actually don't use this much anymore. I use my Hero 5, but I do on occasion from time to time. So I use this see-through case. Most of my case I bought off Amazon, and when you do buy these case from Amazon, just be aware that the cheaper ones, you know, like the knockoffs, are not very good. Now just remember, when you buy a cheap case versus like the original GoPro case, you might have some issues like I did before, so just be really cautious with that. To be on the safe side, just get the original GoPro case and you should be okay. So this is one of my cases that I use a lot. As you can see, it has a very big back door. The reason for that is because of my battery. This is a 5,000 milliamp battery, which is huge. I get well over 7 hours of recording time with this. Okay, so I just put the battery on like that. It clips to the back, and you have to remove the door, obviously. So just clip it on like that. So as you can see, that's pretty big. So that's why you need that big door. And when you buy that battery, it does come with a back door, and the back door does come off pretty easily. So all you have to do is just pull it off like that, and you just clip it back on like that. Okay, so your GoPro, this one, this is not the original case, by the way. It is not a GoPro case. It is a just a knockoff. So you put it in like that, okay, and then you close the door tight and the latch on the top. So there is my case for my Hero 3 Plus Black, and it's attached to a long neck, which is also attached to the J mount. Now this one just clips onto my chest mount. Okay, it's going to go just like that, and you probably see me wear like that all the time. Okay, so that is the case for the Hero 3 Plus Black. So for my new GoPro Hero 5 Black, and it comes with a different case. Now because the Hero 5 Black is waterproof already, it comes with this skeleton case, and I like this one a lot better. One reason I like it a lot is because it picks up sound very well, as opposed to this is sealed. What I do is I drill a hole right at the top for the mic, but even then I don't pick up sound very good. But with the Hero 5, the sound quality is amazing because of the skeleton case, and as well, and more importantly, the Hero 5 has a lot better sound than the Hero 3 Plus. It picks up sound very, very well. I was quite surprised. So the Hero 5 Black goes inside a case like that. Now it's going to be a little bit snug, okay? So just be aware of that. You know, don't force it. Just kind of, you know, wiggle it in there. And you close the back door here, and then latch it on. Okay, just like that. So that's a pretty tight fit, pretty snug, and that's what you want to minimize vibration. Okay, so there is the case for the Hero 5. I have another one here that is attached to my chest mount. Now one of my foot is broken right here, but don't throw that away because it's still usable. Okay, and so this case just mounts onto the chest mount. Okay, just push it in like that. Okay, you hear that click. Now, like I said, even though you got one foot broken, that's going to be pretty common because sometimes these are very tight fit and it's kind of hard to pull it out. So usually you press the 2 feet together and you kind of like do it really hard and force it out, and sometimes you break that foot, but it's okay. As long as you have one foot still, you can still use it. Okay, so it goes on just like that. There it is. Okay, so the number one way I mount my GoPro to myself is with a chest mount. This is just a cheap chest mount I got off Amazon. It is about, I think it's about $9 with free shipping. Alright, so my GoPro is mounted like that, and it simply, you know, just slips over my shoulders. Just like that. And then you have the strap in the back. Clips onto the side here. And there it is right there. So you've seen how I set up my GoPro like this all the time. This is the main way that I take my videos, okay? Chest mount. There is also a head mount, and I don't like that because, you know, if I'm turning side to side, you know, you guys are looking with me, and that tends to cause a lot of camera shake. Personally, I don't like those kind of videos because they're very annoying. I keep on wanting to say to the creators, like, keep your head still. So that's why I use a chest mount, because a chest mount is a lot more stable, and therefore I get a lot better video quality. I think this chest mount is very comfortable. You can wear this over a lot of layers, you know, a jacket, even like a really thick parka, and it's very easy to take off. Just, you know, just like that, okay? So now with my Hero 3 Plus, as you can, this one is very heavy because of the battery and also that long neck. So the center of gravity is kind of far away from your body. So when I walk, and especially when I run, this thing is just like flapping in the air like that. All right, it's bouncing against my chest. So if you use something like this, just be aware it's going to be top heavy. So if you do walk or run and you want to stabilize your video, just hold it tight against your chest. Okay. With this one, the vibration is not very noticeable. And also when I chest mount it like this, the audio pickup is very clear because because the mic is right underneath my chin, so it picks up my voice pretty clear. The other small mount that I use is this little belt clip. So it has the mount on there, and it's spring loaded, so you can like clip this against your belt, or maybe you have it like a hat bill. You can clip it against your hat bill, and you can also clip it against maybe the side of a boat, or maybe like a pole, or like a car window. Okay, so this little clamp mount is pretty useful. The other clamp I use is this jaw. It's called a Gopro Jaw. Now if you buy this, I would recommend that you get one with the GoPro logo on there. This is the original OEM, so it's very strong. It's very flexible. Now I bought like a cheap knockoff from Amazon one time. It's a longer one, and the plastic right here where the hinge meet, it broke. So if you're gonna buy like a jaw like this, I would recommend getting this one because it's made very well. It's very sturdy. I've had it for over a year now, and it has no issue. Okay. You can take off the clamp as well here. You just push it, comes off like that. See it? So This jaw is very, very useful. This is one of my main clamps that I use. What I do with this clamp mostly is I attach it, I just clamp it onto the side of my boat, okay? Just like that. Alright, so this gives me like, I have another camera, this camera, I have it on the side of my boat. So I have one mounted on my chest, so this just gives me like a third person view, okay? The top mount here also comes off, just like that. So this jaw is pretty useful, along with the belt clip. Another nice thing about the jaw is once you have a clamp, the neck, you can actually turn it 360 degrees, okay? And it's very, very firm. Okay, it's going to minimize vibration, so that's another useful thing. You know, it rotates 360 degrees. The other way I set up my GoPro is by using a photography tripod. Right, so the very first tripod I have is this big one. This is a very hefty, very heavy tripod. Now the reason I use a heavy tripod is for stability. Sometimes on the coast it's very windy, so if I want, you know, a very stable video, I use this guy right here. And it keeps my GoPro from blowing over in the wind, okay? So this one's gonna do it. This is a Vanguard, it says an Octus. Vanguard Octus Plus, model 323AT, okay? This weighs about close to 20 pounds, or I would say about 20 pounds. It's very, very heavy. Something you probably don't want to lug around, but it's definitely going to keep your GoPro very still so you can take better videos. Give you a little close-up there, okay? So there it is. The center column extends with this wheel. So when I'm out on the beach, I simply extend the legs, spread out the legs like that, all right? And I set it down onto the beach just like that. And if you want to extend this center column, there's a little lever up here you have to release. It's right here. Okay, you loosen that, and then you can raise it with this, just like that. What's cool about this center column is it has a hook right here. So what I do is I hang my bucket right here to put my perch in, and when you do that, you're going to make the tripod much heavier, which is good because it's going to stabilize your video even more. For this particular model, it has a quick release screws right here. Just unscrew that and the leg comes out, okay? This is very, very easy, very, very simple to use, okay? And this extends pretty far, okay, just like that. I got this tripod off Amazon. I believe it was $350, and with these big professional tripods, it does not come with a ball head, so the ball head is extra. This one was, I believe, was $99, so the ball head does come off like that, okay? So when you buy these tripods, usually it just comes with a tripod, and you buy the ball head separately. This is a Manfrotto tripod ball head. It's got a lever right here. You can adjust the top mount to certain degrees. So one reason why I use a tripod on the beach is so I can have a place to set my bucket, and also I can lean my fishing pole against the tripod while I'm unhooking the fish, or retying, or just baiting up, etc., etc. So I also hang my backpack right on the tripod itself. So it's pretty useful. Okay, so let's talk about the next tripod. Okay, so the next tripod is the Manfrotto tripod. This is the model number 055X Pro B. I think I got this off Amazon for about $230, I think, somewhere around there. There it is. So this one does not come with a head. I got the head separately. This is a Vanguard head. And I got the I got the Vanguard head on my Manfrotto, and I got the Manfrotto head on my Vanguard. Don't ask me why. This is a Vanguard ball head, SBH 300. I believe these go about $100 off Amazon as well. Okay, so to mount your GoPro on there, if you have your GoPro, the mount here, it screws onto the 1/4-inch screw right on top of that sliding foot right here. Okay. So to tighten that, right there. Okay, that's pretty tight. So to loosen it, just unscrew that and go forward, and this little lever here, you press it and that comes right off. Okay, and there's a screw on the bottom there. Okay, so with that GoPro mount, you just slide it right in there. Okay, so there it is. So that's how my GoPro sits on my tripod. All right, so again, this is my workhorse tripod. I carry this around all the time. It's much lighter than my Vanguard. It's probably about 10 pounds lighter. This does not have like a hook on the bottom column, on the center column like the Vanguard does, but that's fine. So I have these ties, these night eyes that I use, and I just hook the the bucket handle right here and tie it just like that. So my bucket sits right here. And these are pretty stiff, so I can set it like that. All right, so when I have a fish or something, when I need to retie or whatever, I just lean my fishing pole right on this night eyes tie. Okay, so that frees up my hand a lot, and also prevents my reel from touching the sand. So this is very, very useful, this setup. I hang my backpack on here too. This is pretty heavy, so it's not gonna, you know, make the video vibrate in in the wind. I've used this in about 10 to 12 mile per hour wind, and it does fine. Now, people have been asking me about these ties. So where do I get them? What are they? How much are they? These are called night eyes. I'll put a link below in the video description. These are pretty useful. You can bend them anyway. You know, they last a long time. They're very durable. They're just super great. You've probably seen me tie my crab pots with it, my crab ropes, etc., etc. They're called night eyes. They come in different lengths, from as short as 3" up to a 32". Okay, so I just tie it on here. It's for hooking my backpack and other stuff onto the tripod. Okay, so those are the two main tripods that I use for my GoPro. Okay guys, so that's about it. So these are just the tools, some of the clamps, some jaws, mounts, and, you know, tripods that I use to help me set up my GoPro to take better videos. Okay, these are all the tools I use for my channel. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more setups out there. You know, this is just not all of it, obviously. This is just what I use. It's what works for me. One thing to take away from this, if you want really good video quality, is I would highly recommend the chest mount, because there's less vibration. You don't get that constant movement back and forth as you would on a head mount, and you pick up very good audio quality due to the proximity from your mouth. Alright, so if you like this video, be sure to click the like button and share and subscribe. And if you have any comments, leave them below and I will get to it. Okay guys, so have fun fishing. I will see you next time. Tight lines.